Hey, how's it going? Long time no see. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is I, your boy, Enigma Trash, back at it again with a video. Not streaming, because it's too fucking hot right now. I want to tell you a tale. A tale of a man named Sam, inmate 211, inmate gaming, however you know him. Late last year, Sam, the nice man, he came to me and he was just like, hey, I want to change things up on stream. Do a couple of rebrands, add some things, take some things away. Me and Sam, we threw some ideas back and forth. And I was like, hey, you know Frederick, a little potato, a little hell baby, a little demon dog? Let's write your dog a theme song. A soundtrack. Some fucking war music. I mean, this is the same dog that tried to eat from my fucking shoes. After a few months of waiting to be able to afford some guitar strings, one of my best mates ever, Cassidy, he's like, hey, your birthday's coming up. Here's 5 new sets of guitar strings for you, baby. Can we get a W Cassidy in chat, boys? So from the 20th of December to the 24th of December, I wrote, produced, mixed, and then sent off to get a master, because I don't know how to do that shit. The song you're about to hear today. We're about a week off from Sam actually arriving here at the Trash Studios, and I'm going to present him the song. He hasn't heard this song since it was in a very, very early stage where it was only scratch guitars, some scratch vocals, and drums. That means he's not getting the full picture, boys. But before we do that, I want to spend the time that I have with you here today to just go through some of the key elements of the song and some little tidbits that really interest me. You good? Now, currently, Reaper isn't loading some of the VSTs that I used in the project, which is really fucking annoying. But instead of going through a mix rundown like I originally planned to, what I decided to do instead is to pivot and show you just some of the key elements and some of the really cool little bits that I like in the song and give you some backstory behind some of the things that I did. I really need to justify what I did. I don't know what I'm doing. I was never taught formally. I've only ever watched my friends mix. Please, someone teach me how to do this. It's not my fault I got a passion for this shit. I've been doing it since I was like 14. Anyway, let's go to the song. Okay, so to start off, we wrote the song by writing the guitars and the drums pretty much simultaneously. The guitars are pretty much just doom, just very stereotypical ba, 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 chord progression for the first half. And then we go to the second half where it jumps up to 100 BPM. It goes from 98 BPM to 100 BPM. Don't ask me why. As I said, I need to justify this shit because I don't know what I'm doing. It's just how things worked out, and that's how it's going to stay. And they go into a very similar progression. I think we add an extra note in there. Yeah, we go down another step or so. So we wrote that, we wrote the drums, and something I did with the drums is something that I don't really do because I don't necessarily know what it does. But good friend, Cam Kenobi, the old bass player and basically sound engineer of Tease, my old band, he told me this tip one time. He's like, hey, you know your kick? If you gave that just a bee's dick of reverb, really oomphs it up. So we used that little trick on this mix. Thanks, Cam. Big shout out to my boy Cam. Another thing we did, which is silly and wacky in my opinion, was the panting. Now, I grabbed the love of my life, the one, the only, the Lady Trash, and I'm like, hey, come into the bungalow, come into the studio, I got a mic here, I need you to pant for me. And I swear to God, it's nothing sexual. She didn't believe me. Until about halfway through getting her to pant, and she was out of breath. She's like, I can't fucking do it. What are you? And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I wanted you to do it, because I've been doing it for an hour and I'm fucking dead. So we did two here. One's me and then one's halftime. Even though they're both recorded in halftime. So I sped me up. And that only happens during the intro, the first 20 seconds of the song. And then we had Lady Trash's halftime. I just thought it was funny. It's a song about a dog. Why wouldn't you include panting? So from there, let's move on to the bass. Now, I did record bass, real bass, with a real bass guitar, but I didn't like it. I don't know. I just think my strings are dead, and the bass needs a really good fucking maintenance session, but I wasn't vibing with it. So I did some digging, and then I found a little plugin called Modo Bass 2. And so it's doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the sense of general tone. But I sending my track around to a bunch of audio engineering friends and producers and stuff. It was Louis Froyer, absolute madman, fucking champion. Check him out. He came to me, he's like, hey man, have you tried using a SansAmp, getting rid of the actual low and just letting that mid-low growl come through? So I played around with the SansAmp idea, but it wasn't necessarily what he was suggesting. I actually I used the distortion to bring out the attack, because it's a virtual instrument, it's not a real bass. I'm missing those, like, the bass hits. And so with my bass attack and bass attack 2, they're pretty much just SansAmps and EQs, and it's to really bring up the high end of the bass, just to get stuff like this to really pop through the mix. Just that bow bow. I just wanted that bow sound, the real fucking bassy. Like, I just hit it, I fucking slapped that shit. So shout out to Louis for sending me down that path, because altogether we got a tone that sounds like this. Very clear, very legible, but still works. Like, I love super distorted bass, but that's stuff like fucking Electric Wizard. I like doom metal, that drone shit. Like, that's when I like my super fuzzed out basses. So we got the bass, which is the MIDI, and it does a lot of the tone work. S-Bass, which is just the exact same thing, but then it's literally everything from like 100 hertz down. It just really lets that low end and gives it that room to breathe. Bass wide is just, I send the MIDI to a Guitar Rig 5 preset called Super Wide Bass, the wide stereo bass, and it just thickens it. It just literally does what it says and creates a super wide stereo bass. Then bass attack and bass attack 2, as I said, was just EQ to get that high end to come out. And, you know, big shout out to Louis, because I inherited a problem from the one, the only, the madman, the legless Tyler James DeYoung. Absolute fucking champion. Check him out. There possibly is new material coming out soon. You didn't hear it from me. Hush hush. So I inherited something from that man, and it's just, I got mad low end. Some reason I like to mix with my low end first, right? I don't think with my brain, I don't think with my cock, I think with my low end. I'm pretty sure I've inherited that from Tyler, because he's the one who I watched a lot of what I do. I straight stole from Tyler in one way or another. Another really cool little thing that I want to point out, just because I feel like even though they're a main part of the song, they get overlooked, is the sonic section, and that's what I dub it. It started off with this line, which is literally the bass does this like down the chromatic thing, or down the scale, and I wanted a synth to complement that, but when writing out the MIDI notes, correct notes, I just had it go double time for some reason, and that creates this cool little and it just reminded me of Sonic. So that's Sonic OG. That's the one that we started on. And then just to back that up, we have Sonic Keys, which is just a little fucking a patch from Secret Labs called Nothing But Cabinet, and it just really complements it well, and that's super like buried in the mix anyway. And then I wanted it to kind of like go back and forth between the OG and something else, so bells. It had to be bells. Now, there was a lot of back and forth in this section here originally, but I decided against it, and instead of it being like left side was going to be bells and right side was going to be OG, I decided to keep OG dead center. You know, it doesn't necessarily look like it here because it's not fucking there. And we pan the bells left and right, and then at the last section of the song, both the bells and the OG come together, but they both start on opposite speakers and they slowly pan forwards. And while all that's happening, especially during the second half of the bells and the sonic sound, which is just like this. I wanted something else to happen, and I was playing around in Vital and I found this preset and I tweaked it a little bit and we came up with these dub kicks, is what I've dubbed them. And so whenever you hear that dun 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 dun, you get this just below it on the opposite side. Until we're at the end, and that's where it's dead center and it just grows in volume there. But yeah, that's just some of the little parts that I really wanted to point out because I really liked those individual elements of the song. Mixing wise, I can't really show you what happened because fucking some of the plugins don't want to load. Thanks Reaper or thanks Waves, I'm not 100% sure who to blame here. But yeah, that's the song. Now, let's move on to Sam. Well, let's let Sam hear this song.
1 week later.
Hey, so in the next half an hour to hour, the man of the hour is the man of the hour. Oh my god! So anywhere in between half an hour to about an hour and a half, Sam's gonna be walking into this room. We're gonna play him the song, but before we do that, we're gonna give him a little prank. We're gonna a little haha, a little goof, a little gaff, a little giggle time with him before we get on to the main presentation. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna play this man, the one, the only, the iconic. Legally, I think I'm obliged to do this. Well, why ruin the surprise? How we doing, everybody? We're back. I got Sam in the building, the absolute fucking champion. Hi, how are you? Madman. Okay. Take a seat, because we're going to present you.
Bring the seat over this time?
Yes, you can bring the seat over. We needed to do the scream. What I'm calling Froyo.
Froyo. Okay, fair enough.
It's a work in progress title. We can iron out the details. So you see that folder in front of you that says Master?
Yep.
Click it. Okay, you hover over that. And now when I say go, I want you to click it. And I want your genuine reaction on this because I think I put about 30 hours into
God
this.
fucking damn it.
All right. Tell me what you think.
Can I go now?
You can go now.
Oh, that just reminds me of there was a video that goes, Rick Roll got taken off the internet because it hit 90 million. And they're just like, oh, checks the website and gets Rick Roll straight away.
Tell
I'm
me
gonna
what
get
you
Rick
think.
Rolled again.
No, you're not going to get Rick rolled again, I promise you. I triple checked these files earlier, so when you're ready, tell us what you think.
Okay. I'm very jealous of my dog right now. This is fucking sick. I feel like this should be like a TV show entry. for a song. Must be fun. Sam's eating my shirt.
Good boy.
That is amazing.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, hearing the Sam's eating my shirt. That is amazing.
Lovely.
I am so jealous of my dog right now.
I'm really happy with it.
I'm very happy with it.
Hell yeah.
I'm definitely going to see if I can use that for my stream. Whenever Frederick appears, boom, that song starts playing.
Hey, it's all yours, man. So when this video goes up, you can look at whichever camera you want. There's two going. When this video goes up, hopefully the song will be live on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and wherever you listen to all your fancy schmancy music. Otherwise, yeah, we pranked Sam successfully.
You're a continuing source of inspiration for me.
Big love.
Asshole. It's actually a really good song. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So it reminded me of, I don't know why, I instantly thought of Mr. Pickles. Like the entrance, and I'm like, I feel like this is Frederick's fucking his show song. Like, oh, that's his like his little intro for anything now.
Hell yeah.
And I know Frederick's gonna look and go, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I've been Enigma Trash. You've been absolutely wonderful. This has been
211, who also got fucking rickrolled. Asshole.
If you've been here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes of the entire, I'm going to assume off the top of my head 25 minutes this video will go for. You're an absolute fucking champion, and as a wise man once said, peace.